Alright guys, this is BJ from No Filter MMA. I'm here with a quick video. Guys, this is what I want to talk about today. So Joe Rogan on his pod, Joe Rogan always got something to say about everything. So Joe Rogan on his podcast comes on and blatantly disrespects Sarj Eubanks. He disrespects Sarj Eubanks on his podcast with Brandon Sharp. And this is what he said. He said that make no mistake, he doesn't even know who Sarj Eubanks is, and I'm the UFC commentator. Like, how disrespectful to a fighter can you be with a statement like that? You know what I'm saying? No, Sarj isn't as popular as Joanna, and I understand where he's coming from. Like, I understand both sides of the fence, but before he even made that statement, he knew the underlying tones and undertones of what he was really saying. That's what we get. And so, message to Sarj, you go in this fight and you prove them wrong. Sarj clapped back at Joe Rogan and said, when Joe Rogan acting like he don't know me on his podcast. That's the craziest thing. Joe Rogan knows who Sarj Eubanks is. Joe Rogan has talked about Sarj Eubanks in the past. So why would Joe Rogan go on his podcast because he's sitting in front of Brandon Sharp and want to say, "Oh, I don't even know who she is"? That's shady. Why would you say something like that? Okay, and then Sarj says, "Joe Rogan, I'll give you a little refresher next time you're in Jersey. We'll train some BJJ, and you'll never forget me again. Or you and the rest of the world can tune in November 3rd and watch history. The Eubanks name will never be overlooked again." This is the thing I want to say, guys. So when you have newcomers, you have to. This generation of the UFC that's here right now, they're not going to be there forever, guys. They're not going to be there forever. Okay, so you got to usher in a new generation, sooner or later. That's why I don't understand why people are so upset when it's not a veteran fighting. Who cares? These girls, these people, these newcomers are here for a reason, guys. I understand the competition level. Okay, I understand that. But these fighters, they're fighters too. Now, this leads me to my next point. When Ronda Rousey came into the UFC, how come Joe Rogan wasn't saying he didn't know who Ronda Rousey was? Not Invicta. Strikeforce wasn't that huge popular because women's MMA wasn't that popular back then. So, Strikeforce for the men, Strikeforce for the men was very popular, but Strikeforce for the females was not that popular at all. And all you people that's going to comment on this video, you can't sit here and say that women's MMA, women's Strikeforce was anywhere close to being as popular as it is now. No, it's not. It was not. It was not. But when you had the Ronda Rouseys and the Miesha Tates coming in off of there, just because Sarj Eubanks doesn't look like Ronda Rousey, all of a sudden you don't know who Sarj Eubanks is? But you knew exactly, you knew every accolade, you knew her height, you knew her measurements when Ronda Rousey came into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? When Miesha came into no disrespect to Miesha, I love Miesha, but when Miesha came in, they knew her bust size, everything. So, when Liz Carmouche, Kat Zingano, when that first wave of women, no one knew who they were. Nobody knew who they were. But Sarj Eubanks, who's competed on The Ultimate Fighter and fought in UFC's their women organization Invicta. You see that right there? You see that stand right behind Sarj? Invicta. So you telling me you don't know who Sarj Eubanks is? That's bullshit, Joe Rogan. That's bullshit, and that's disrespectful to Sarj Eubanks. Shout out to Sarj Eubanks for the clapback. I was waiting on Sarj to say something, and I'm so glad that she did. I am so glad that she did. And this is what Joe Rogan should be saying is this is the biggest opportunity of Sarj Eubanks' life She better make weight. She's had problems making weight. She better make weight, and she better show up, and she better fight. Instead of saying, "Oh, I don't know who Sarj Eubanks is," you don't say. Guys, I don't even know what I don't even know what to say. I'm not used to disrespecting fighters. I don't believe in disrespecting people who are doing something that I'm not doing. If I'm not doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't disrespect you because that's what you do. Sarj Eubanks is the number 4 ranked flyweight. She's been calling out Valentina. I'm not saying Sarj Eubanks is gonna beat Valentina. I'm just saying Sarj Eubanks is one of the very few people who is actually down to get in there and fight Valentina. Amanda Nunes halfway didn't want to fight Valentina. Okay? Nico Montano don't want to fight Valentina. Joanna Jędrzejczyk don't want to fight Valentina. Who else is going to fight Valentina? And then everybody's saying that the girls from the Ultimate Fighter, you know, they have no, you know, they're not worthy enough to fight Valentina. Let's see what Sarj Eubanks can do. I'm excited to see this fight, guys. I know some of you are not excited to see this fight. I'm very excited to see this fight. I want to see what kind of game plan Sarj Eubanks brings to this fight. And if Sarj Eubanks can pull off an upset against Valentina Shevchenko, I guarantee you Joe Rogan will remember her name now. I guarantee you he will. He'll know her name then, and I hope he calls the fight. So that's just my thoughts, guys. No matter who you are, don't disrespect a fighter. And when you're supposed to be this hardcore MMA person, you know what I'm saying, and you say you don't know who they are on a podcast where millions of people watch your podcast, you don't say things like you don't know who someone is. I mean, that's very disrespectful in my eyes. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, hit the thumbs down button. But, you know, once again, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is BJ from No Filter MMA. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and I will hit y'all with another video here soon.